just start recording and I will share my screen. Okay, perfect. Okay. First things first, guys. We will be having one session tomorrow for this group number 7. This will be about knowing each other. That's it, nothing else. We'll just have a basic chit chat for 20-30 minutes. I just want to know each other because I saw a lot of comments about networking and all, etc. So I thought, yeah, this is the time. I wanted to have it on last Monday or Tuesday, but I think there were a lot of people were not aware about it. So I thought it would be great if I can just announce it today and we can have it tomorrow. So please have some time tomorrow at the evening. You can join with the phone or something where there is nothing technical happening, right? So that's there. Okay, considering that out of the way, let's just talk about the activity. Okay, here you go. This is how your activity is looking, and this is how we are going to create. Give me a few guesses. Let's just talk with the columns. Which tool you can use to create columns?
Extrusion.
Okay. Any other option? Any other tool?
Blend. The bottom
Okay.
part can be bigger than the
Yeah,
upper part.
yeah. We can create a taper shape. We'll try that.
Yeah.
We'll definitely try that. How about this frame? This rectangular
So
frame over
solid
here.
one and then extrusion whites.
Okay, cool. Well, I think this frame is having this particular. Well, I think if I open that particular slide, then you guys will be able to see. Okay, we have this shape. So what do you think? How you guys can roll this out?
Sweep.
Perfect. Sweep. Yes. And I think the shades on the top of it, it's easy go, right? Extrusion, basic extrusion. So yeah, I hope you have, I can see you guys have understood the utilization of tools. So let's just try to create them. Okay, so for that, let's just go to instruction. We are supposed to go to some plan, I guess. So which plan is it? Okay, okay, we will use the modeling this. Okay, okay, floor plan figure number 7. Okay, yeah, we can find it out later. No worries. Okay. So see, first things first, we are going to create a sweep frame over here, like the C-shape frame I displayed you. I'll just select this and I'll click HH to temporarily hide this box. I really don't want it. Okay. Now I want that particular sweep to be in a way that it will have bottom of this as the reference plane. Okay, so if I create something above it, it will be there. Just consider we are using this bottom as a reference plane. I'll explain why and how. Okay, so let me go over here and I'll just pick a plane from here, and on the bottom you can see I'm able to select. So when I am on any plane, it will highlight, and it can be anything. In fact, it can be no, railings are circular, they can't be plane, but it can be anything. Basically, you can have this column. You cannot select this particular plane at bottom because it's like cutting, right? It's not a complete element, that's why it's there. But anyways, I'll just select this thing over here, and now the plane is set. But okay, you can see I clicked on plane, but nothing happened. That's right. Planes are invisible. There is nothing that will happen. But if you want to see the plane, you can click on show button and it will show the plane. The plane is at the bottom of my this particular element. I can select the plane. I can extend it to whatever extent you want. So yeah, this is how my plane is looking. I don't want to see it right now. I'll close this and let's just go to floor plan. Okay, here is one trick. I was not aware about which floor plan we can use, but this is how you can find out which floor plan is it. So if I select the railing, you can see in the properties it will show where is it. It's on level number 7, so you can just figure out some things like that. So okay, we have level number 8. There is nothing on that. Level number 7, 6, 17. Okay, how about we disable this crop region and we disable this scope box as well. Apply crop view as well. Okay, yeah, we have the building over here, but anyways, I think it will be great if you can just do it in 3D. Why to bother, right? So basically we want this rectangular frame. Oh, hold on, Basically, we want this rectangular frame to be in a way that it will cover this whole area, right? So basically, our boundary will run from this particular line. And now, if I've selected this plane, and if I go to component and modeling massing, and I can choose any component. Right now, I'm just using the casework, but you can select the correct one. I think I'm not sure which one is about it. I'll just write pergola over here. I'll click OK. And now, if I draw anything anywhere, if I just we are going to use the sweep, right? So I'll use the sweep across this. Okay, model in place. Where are the casework? Casework is just like available on the top. That's for anything else. So if I'm using the sweep, and if I draw a path, sweep will have a path, right? And you can see I'm drawing over here, I'm drawing over here. It doesn't really matter because we have this plane. The drawing is on the plane only. It doesn't matter wherever you're drawing. So what I can do simply, I can use the pick line tool and I can pick these faces. And as the plane is at bottom, this will select perfect edges, right? Are you trying to? So are you getting it? Is it clear? Okay, cool. So I'll just trim this tool using the trim command. TR is the shortcut, and we have our path ready. Now we have our path, and we need to create a profile which will run through that path. So I'll click OK, and here we have option to select profile or sketch profile, edit profile. So I'll just edit profile. Sweep is nothing but simple. Just consider the example of pipeline. So okay, hold on, something went wrong. Okay, here we have this profile option, edit profile. Yeah, so sweep is nothing but consider you're working on a what we call it pipe, creation of pipe or something. So if I just draw it something like this will be followed. Now this diagram is too big to be true. So what I'll do, I'll just go to this particular button. I will delete all this and I'll just click on show. So now this is the what I can say. This is the plane on which we are drawing the profile. That's why it's different. Okay, this is not the same plane as like let's say you're drawing a pipeline. Sorry, let's say you're modeling a pipeline. Your path will be the length of pipe, right? That will be a path, and your profile will be circle. So circle will run through the length of pipe, and that will create a pipe, right? So I have drawn the length. Now I'm drawing the circle. Understand it by that way. Okay. So whatever profile you draw, it needs to be perpendicular to the path, right? So I go over here and I will draw some profile. So let's say I will draw something like uh, this something picking, right? So I'll just do it like this. Then I will draw it using line. I mean, you will get the actual dimensions as well in the PDF. I'm not sure. I think we are doing it the other way. The inside part is uh, having the hole in it. It's like a C-section, nothing else. Do not worry about my geometry right now because I'm just like covering the topic. You can do it precisely. You can just pick it up somewhere. I hope it's not too big. Okay, it's too big. So I'll just select it all and I will use this rescale tool where I'll just click on first point. Okay, click on first point, second point, and just shorten it like this. I'll click OK, and you can see, okay, our geometry is like far away from our origin. So let's just move it. Why it's happening, I'm not able to understand, but okay. I'll just select this all. I will use the move command. Select any point in this, and let's plot it over here. I think perfect. Yeah, it's somewhere inside now. I think this will work as well, no issues. I'll click OK. And okay, this is how it's looking. Right. Actually, I actually kept some space between my profile and what I can say my path. So basically, there is this particular space, and that space is kind of running throughout. But you can like try it out, have workaround. Okay, now what next? Now we are going to create some columns. Okay, so you can finish this, or you can create new elements inside the edit mode as well. That's totally fine. Okay, I'll just do it inside. But this time I will use the pick plane, and I'll choose this plane. Okay, now I'll click this button of back, and this time we will use the revolve tool. Sorry. For that, first I'll plot the boundary. First I'll plot the boundary like this. Okay, it can be anything. You can just move around with the points. So this is the boundary. Okay, axis can be of any length. That just like for the establishment of how it will revolve. So if I keep it short, if I keep it long, that really doesn't matter. Okay, so I'll just keep it like this. And now let's just try to draw something different. Maybe a bit designer. Let's just do something like this. It will start from here, and it will end over here. It will end over here. But I will delete this line and I will add a curve to it like this. First point, second point, and some. Okay, I think this is enough. Okay, so we have axis, we have our okay, we need to draw a line over here as well. This sketch needs to be complete like this, and finish. And this way we have one weird looking column, but we have a column. Okay, you can you can either finish this or you can continue more editing over here only. You can just go to top, or you can copy paste elements, right? So I'll just use the copy paste tool over here. Copy, put to this point. I think one more over here and one more over here. So we have 4 columns. You can adjust it like on the top. You can just move it in, move it out, and you can just work around wherever you want. Okay, so that is totally up to you. And now we will go to top plane, and we will we'll create the slates. For that, I will go to architecture tab again. Okay, uh, as you have noticed that I did not finish the tool when I was working on this particular frame. So I prepared both of them inside the single element. That's why whenever I'm selecting it, it's coming out a single element. If I double click on it, then I'm getting into edit mode, and then I can select them individually. Okay. So if I just finish this, and if I create this thing again, so that will be one separate entity. So these are like all different elements. I'll just use the casework again. I'll give okay, go to top like this, and let's just draw the slits in between. I'll use the extrusion tool for that. Let's do it in a smart way. Pick line, and let's do it like pick. Oh, sorry, pick a line over here. Okay, we have 2 pick lines, and now let's just draw some vertical lines in between, something like this. And I'll just use them. I'll just change the size and keep them like broader. Now what I can do? Select this, copy. You can just paste it somewhere like this. Maybe I'll just put it over here. Okay, so we have 2 now. I'll just select them, and again I'll copy them. Copy.
Then doing instead of this copy pasting, first do one member, then you can copy it, right?
Yeah, we can do that as well, but I'll tell you why not to do. Okay, let's just create a member separately apart from this. Okay, so let's just save that too. So I will use the split line tool to split the line. There is one tool for array as well. I will explain you as we move forward, not today's session, because we're focusing more on these modeling things, right? So that's there. Let's just chop the extra lines. Chop. Okay, cut. Mm-hmm. That's there. Actually, these 2 planes are what I can say, tilted in a way. They are not straight. That's why it's like this. I'll click OK, and this is how our geometry is looking like. I chose this top plane. That's why you can see the geometry is on the top plane, but it needs to be inside this, right? So I can just simply select this, and you can see there is this arrow in between. This arrow will change the depth of each and every element. So Vinay, you mentioned, right? If I go over here to create,
Yes, yeah.
yeah.
First
So
one, creating first one, then copying and pasting others.
Right. So if
the
I just
rest
like
of this parabola.
totally. If I just copy this now, let's say I'll just copy this somewhere here. Okay. Let's just drop it over here. I'll just go to edit type. Oh, sorry, double click and edit mode. I'll delete this and I'll keep it a single visible. Okay, I think it's outside of our visual scope, so I'll put it over here. Okay, and now if I just copy it like this, okay. So let's say that I want to change the depth or width or thickness of anything. So in this option, I can just like choose it and change each and every one at the same time. But here, as we have created individually, we have to adjust them like manually. So that's why I was avoiding this option.
We are making the group. Once we are making this, and if we convert it right, all
No,
the
no,
things
no.
at a time.
I mean, that's not how it will work in Revit. You will have to draw the sketch in the same edit mode, and that will only allow you to create. I mean, to adjust all of it all the once. Okay, but if you create a group, the group will have duplicates of those elements. Let's say you added one element inside a group and you pasted group it at multiple locations. So that is nothing but the if you change any group, it will affect it all. But for the work uh, on this scale, like this scale is really small right now. We do not go for groups because just to avoid the chaos, nothing else. If I finish it, now you will see this thing is one element. Okay, tell me, if I click on those slates, uh, will it be like a single element or 4 plus 2? Any guesses?
No idea.
Okay, I think Shajif is trying to say something. Hmm. All right, so
4 plus 2.
okay, so Shailesh is saying 4 plus 2. But we were into the finish mode. Okay, if I'm just trying to select it, and you can
Yeah.
see they are like everything is there. So when you are into the edit mode, let's basically there are layers, right? This is the most outer layer. If I double click on this, we will enter into our first layer on which you can draw infinite number of elements. And then this is the third layer where you are actually sketching the elements. So if I choose extrusion tool, I draw extrusion, then I can go back, I can choose some other tool and I can draw element like this and you can just work around. So for example, here we did that, right? I know it's a bit overwhelming to understand, but right now just understand the tools. And in fact, you will obviously exercise this thing after session or right now or anything. But first, try to understand where it will be utilizable. Okay, just try to understand its application, and that way you will understand how to use this tool. For example, uh, let's say you want to create what I can say a duct or something. Then how is a duct? Duct will have one like a simple path on like a sweep. I'll just go to 3D. Okay, and we'll talk about it. Do I have empty project open? Yeah. So just think about any element. Right now I have tilted this reference plane. So just think about any element and just try to visualize it inside your head. Figure out profiles in it. Uh, is it going? Is the element is running throughout? Running elements are always in sweep. If the element is in block type, it will be always extrusion. If running element is symmetrical in shape, it will be revolve like a vase or like a column. Sweep I told you. And if an element is running, but it is having the two different openings, you can see in the GIF. This is how it will do. Also, if you watch the pre-session video now, I have like covered a lot of examples in it. So just have a look at it whenever you can. So it will be more and more clear, right? So I think yeah, I think room might will end. I hope you have understood these commands and tools. Okay, do not rush. Just practice them. Try it out after the session. Okay. All right. Hey guys, welcome back. And I'm seeing a lesser number right now. Just a minute or two. Just wait for a minute or two. Okay, Shailesh is here, and I will share my screen. Uh, are you having any trouble understanding these concepts, or everything is clear till now, or just like tell me how is it?
I think we will get to know after practicing.
Okay, yeah, that's obviously that's definitely true. Um, well, I think I again shared the wrong screen, but yeah, this is the right screen.
Siddhant,
Well,
uh,
uh-huh, yes.
yeah, the concept of reference line and work plane is bit not clear. Like,
Hmm.
not able to understand the
Hmm.
difference of it. Like how
Reference plane
conceptually it
and
is
work
not
plane
clear.
wise,
The
right?
tool wise we can use it. Yeah.
Okay, I'll explain. Don't worry about it. We'll
Okay.
just do it. I think activity will not take much more time than 5 minutes because it's very simple activity. So I'll talk about reference plane after that. In fact, I have something crazy to show you. I mean, I'll experiment along with you guys. Okay, so we will be creating some mass now. Simple stuff. Let's just say that you are creating extrusion or sweep, or you are just like combining all these elements to create a mass. Um, for what are the basic and essential elements to create any model in place element like extrusion sweep in subway? Like, what is the common thing? First, I feel profile is almost same in everything. We at least draw something in 2D and then we create a shape out shape out of it, sorry, right? So similarly, right now what we are going to do, we have these 3 levels. Okay, so on these 3 levels you guys need to draw something inside this box. So let's just go to massing, mass in place. Okay, it's not visible. First I'll have to make it visible. Mass, let's just call it mass 1. Okay, and let's draw rectangle for starters. Let's do it something like this. I will go to some other level now, and here I will do a rectangle, but there is a twist, I feel. Just keep it like this. I will, oh, hold on. Okay, see, whenever I'm hovering over any line, it's like selecting everything, because sketch inside the massing is a bit different. It combines the elements. So press the tab to select any one line. Okay, I'll delete it. And here I will just add a shape like this, something like this. And let's go to one more level. And here I think I will do something oval. Oh, this is like approximate center, right? This and this. I think we went out of the spoke box, so I'll just drag it inside. Okay, cool. Now if you go to 3D, okay, let's go to 3D. Then you will see basically what we did, nothing but like we have drawn there are multiple elements on multiple levels. In fact, if I just go to visual graphics menu and start the levels, I think levels are hidden. So where are levels? Yeah, levels. And you will see we have added multiple elements on the multiple levels over here. Okay, and all you have to do is just select those elements like this and create a form out of it. And this is how it will. Okay, not bad. This is how it will look. You finish the mask and you will have your mask ready. Okay, all there is a lot you can do where you can select it, drag it to end, or you can just go to edit type and hold on, modify it like this. You can adjust the edges, drag and pull, and if you want to go to X-ray mode to adjust your profile that you have created earlier, you can do that as well. Let's say I want to drag my point over here, so I'll just do it something like this. This is the time where you can actually play around your elements. Okay, I think this building is kind of obstructing my view, so what I'm going to do now is select this element and use this tool, section box, or you can say selection box. It will just consider the our building only, but it's like tilted, so I'll go to top and इसको rotate करते हैं हम, है ना थोड़ा. यहाँ पे there is a option to rotate. This section box is like just for the visual purpose. You can just play around with it afterwards. Okay, so we have our massing inside our box. Let's just extend these elements as well. Okay, so let's say I am done with my shape. This is the final shape. Now I want to convert this into the floor building. For that, you can simply so let's say we have to create some elements. What are the basic elements in any building? Floors, walls, roof, right? These three. Starting with the floor, we'll select the element. We'll go to mass floor option over here. Now you will see there is one more option to add a floor over here also. I'll tell you the difference. Okay, this element needs some plane or host to create a mass. For example, if I want to create a curtain wall, I can just choose the curtain wall option and select it, and it will create a curtain system, right? It's simple as it says. But while creating curtain system, we selected a plane. Is that correct? But for floors, if you observe, there is no plane. Then how Revit will identify to create a floor at somewhere? And that's why we have to create planes for the floor first. And it's taking a lot of time to load. Okay, I hope it will not crash. Okay, yeah. So we have curtain wall looking like this. So to create a curtain wall, we selected a plane, right? The surface as a plane. But we do not have any plane for the floor. That's why we have this menu outside where we use the mask floor option. We select all the levels like this. You can just select first, press shift, select last, click OK. And now you will see there will be multiple masses in between. So we will use these masses to create floor now. Select this, and you can select like this, or you can select individually as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just select all of it and go for create floor. It will create floor out of it. Let's say you don't want to create a floor of any particular level. So what you can do, select all of it and select all of it, press shift and just deselect whatever you want. Okay, just let's say I don't want any floors in between these. And now if you click on floor, you will see there is no floor in between. It's just like the mass, it's not the floor. Similarly, you can create a wall with the wall tool, select the face, right? I think this is a really simple and quick activity. I want you guys to do it after the session, at least this one right away. And I think we will be having some competition after this session where the most unique design will be the winner, basically nothing else, right? So okay, this is over here you can see the wall is too curved to create a, this face is too curved to create a wall, so that's why we have this warning. So sometimes when we go beyond the geometry, Revit do not allow you to create something like that. So there are some restrictions as well. To create a floor, we'll do this, we'll select the floor, that's like same process, and we'll do the create floor option, and this is how we'll do it. Once that's done, you can just like disable the mask. And oh, this mask is not getting switched off. Show mask, find do something. Okay. Okay, anyways, we can just simply double H to hide it if you want, and just figure out why it's not getting hidden over here. But all I want to say is it's simple activity. You need to create a mask, you need to assign the phases to mask. Is this clear till this point? Okay, cool. And now let's talk about reference plane. I think for reference plane now, हम एक अलग file, let's open some new file and let's explore reference plane inside that. Oh, I accidentally opened the structural template. Okay. I'll close this. I'll open one more architectural template. See, I feel understanding it's very important to understand the reference plane first, because that's like it's like a canvas on which you can draw anything, right? I know in SketchUp you can just draw anything out of nowhere, like on any space, but it in Revit it's a bit different. You need to assign some plane on which you can draw. I mean, it simplifies the modeling process, right? If I go to 3D and I really don't want something like if I draw something over here and then I wrote it, and then I'll notice that that element is somewhere here and that's not inside this part. That's why we have this reference, work plane in the plane. Okay, now let's talk about what is reference plane, what is work plane, and what's the connection in between them. Okay, so let's say here I do not have any element and I want to create something like a sunshade, but I do not have any wall. How we can do that? We need some plane, right? If I draw a wall and if I select a face of wall as a plane, then we can do that. Like for example, I'll just simply draw a wall like this. Okay. And if I want to create something on it, I can just, go to the plane and pick plane option and choose the plane, something like this. And we have this plane as to work on. But what if you don't have wall? Okay, I'll delete the wall, and this is the plane we have. I mean, this is one way to do elements. But let's say I want to have a plane over here. Okay, work plane over here. So in this case, what we can do, we can simply go to some level. Okay, and you can simply draw a reference plane in it. Over here, you can see, I'll just draw them like this, and I think something like this, and let's just call it as 1, this thing as 2, this thing as 3. Any idea if I go to 3D, will these can you see this plane in the 3D, or will it be visible or not? Any idea? Mm-hmm. You said something, Vinay?
Visible नहीं होता.
It will be
Okay.
visible.
No, it will not be visible. So reference planes are again imaginary planes. In fact, if you will take a printout of any plan or anything, it will not be visible. Okay. So फिर इसका फायदा क्या है? Let's try to understand. Let's say I have added 3 planes over here, somewhere here. Okay. These planes only are visible in the 2D views, not in 3D view. So best example now is, I'll just implement it. You will understand it really well. So let's just say I want to create a mass. Okay, this is my first plane, and if I just click on show, and if I just, okay, you can see the plane right now is the flow plan. I want to change it to the reference plane which we have created. So I'll just click on set plane. I'll get the menu. Where is it? Oh, where is? Oh, okay, hold on. We have this reference plane, and if I go to set work plane, here you will get this pop-up, and from here you can just select any one of the reference planes, and this way you can actually see them. This is my first plane. If I go to set work plane, this is my second plane. You can see over here, and there is third in somewhere there. Okay, let's try to use this and to just understand it better. Actually, clarity about the reference plane will be there after the, I feel, module 4, because families में बहुत सारा reference plane work होता है. You always work around with the reference plane and the families. Okay, I'm not able
आपने
to.
3 प्लेन को 3 नंबर ऑफ प्लेन आपने इंसर्ट किया ना,
Hmm?
सभी को एक ही बार व्यू कर सकते हैं क्या? Can we select all the things?
Okay, we cannot like watch them ऐसे पूरा on same view. This is just like to display. So we cannot see the reference plane, but I assigned those reference plane as the work plane, and the work plane was visible. Okay, so that's why I had this vertical wall in it, and I want to choose that plane. I'm not able to. There is no pop-up or anything over here. I need to figure out. Where's the viewer? Okay, it's considering the level as the plane, right? Hmm. What's wrong? Okay, let's try to do it in another way. The activity clear, right? Activity is clear, right? This is just like I'm experimenting a bit. So let's just say I will draw something like this over here. Okay, this is on the reference plane. You can see. Now I will change the reference plane to number 3. Okay, and I will draw something on it as well with the model line. Model lines are the line which are visible in 3D. Let's say I will draw a curve, something like this. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can actually use these tools. Let's go to creation of mass. Okay, and can we use this line? Oh no, 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 no. Oh yeah, got it. I think I got it. So that's the important part where we need to actually draw on the reference plane. Here you can see now we are on the reference plane. Okay, so there are two options over here. You can see it's like drawn face. Face was nothing but any plane face, and if you go to this option where you can actually draw on the work plane, so any work plane that you have selected, so this is the space where I had selected the first work plane, right? And if I try to draw something, let's say let's just draw a spline, and again, no, it's just taking the floor plan instead. It should not do it like this. You know what, let's just try to do it. ये level वाले points है, so I'll just go to level 0 and I will add a spline over here which will look something like this. Okay, something like this. Then I think I will go to level 01 and I will again add a spline which will be something like this. This opposite, let's just do. Okay, now if I go to 3D, there must be two vertical planes, right? And if I select those two and I create a form out of it, it will be, if I finish it, you can see it's like more fluid form, right? It's something, just joining those two. But anyway, that was not our topic. Our topic was about the reference plane. Okay, so uh, again, reference plane are the imaginary planes, and you can use them as a work plane to model any element. Let's say मुझे extrusion वगैरह बनाना, I can just create it in the air, like without any wall or without anything. If I just go to massing, modeling place, and just do some anything, and if I start drawing some extrusion, you can see I can draw it right away, like something like this. Okay, if I want to change my work plane, I can do that. Select यहाँ से I can just select any one of it over here. अभी you might wonder इसका फायदा क्या है फिर, है ना? Let's say that you want to create a tilted geometry, but tilted geometry के लिए हमें जैसे कि यहाँ पे you can just go to elevation view, तो तुम you can draw anywhere like this. You can go to plan view, you can draw somewhere over here. But what if I go to elevation view like this, and यहाँ पे इसको भी थोड़ा ऑफ करता हूँ, यहाँ पे I will just add a reference plane like this, something like this, and if I'll just put it a name as 4. Now I will go to 3D. Okay, and if I go to architectural tab, show, oh sorry, set, from here I'll put 4 in it. I'll click OK and click show, and then you can see we have the tilted plane over here like this. The plane is not straight, it's inclined, and if I draw anything on it using the modeling place tool, it will be tilted. So let's say something like this. Okay, I'll just simply create some extrusion. Yeah, something like this. Click OK, extrude it, and I will just turn off the plane, and you can see we have the element, literally tilted element out of nowhere. So this is how you can utilize it. I hope that answers the question, Priya, or you're still having the confusion.
I think it will be much clearer when I will practice it.
Yes, try it around. Well, you don't have to work upon or around the reference plane right now. You can just simply go with setting the plane of some wall or some floor or some railing or like any edge of the building, right? Just
Okay.
focus on work plane right now. And in M4, when we create families, it will be more clear because we use a lot of reference plane in the families. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, so guys, do try it out and make some unique shapes. कुछ भी profile बना के you can just do it anything. You must be wondering एक चीज तो मतलब I'm wondering it. See, when you create a mass, चलो, and I traced it and created some elements, right? If I drag it, I really want Revit to understand I have changed the shape. Please adjust your floors, walls accordingly, right? Because we kind of expect that from software like Revit. Well, this is possible when you create in place mask inside the family menu and drop it over here. Bit advanced topic, हम कोई doubt clearing session में इसको cover करेंगे, ठीक है? So you can actually create this mask, or if you want to put the mask in multiple Revit files, if you are like do want to do it, if you want to put the mask, जैसे कि let's say there are two towers looking similar and you want to put the mask for similar mask for two, so there is like a lot of different stream. We'll have the family concept clear in M4. Uske baad we'll discover this in our any doubt clearing session. Okay. So